Trading your time for a salary is a linear trap. You work an hour to get paid for an hour, a cycle with no exit. Because your earning capacity is bound to your physical presence, the model is fragile. When you sleep or take a vacation, your income stops. A massive salary creates an illusion of progress, but high earnings mean very little if they are consumed by equally high expenses. Several silent wealth killers actively erode your position. Inflation reduces your purchasing power, tax inefficiencies drain your top-line revenue, and high-interest debt compounded against you destroys your net worth. Without a defensive strategy to protect what you keep, your earnings are mathematically destined for a zero-sum outcome. To see your actual standing, you can use a baseline formula from the millionaire next door. Multiply your current age by your gross annual income, then divide that total by 10. Comparing your bank balance to this baseline highlights the distance to your systemic benchmark. It reveals the missing capital accumulated over your working life. This visualization shows 120 million monopoly pieces, representing households across the United States. The towering green pile over the White House highlights how a tiny fraction of owners control a massive concentration of the nation's capital. Escaping this systemic imbalance requires moving past standard financial advice and mastering two distinct mindsets: defense and offense. Defense begins with the gap, the space created when your actual income exceeds your spending. Budgeting serves as a tactical tool to maintain this space. It allows you to aggressively control your cash flow rather than letting it vanish into unmonitored expenses. First, you must prioritize destroying high-interest debt. This is the equivalent of plugging a massive leak in the hull of a ship before attempting to build forward momentum. An emergency fund acts as your defensive moat. It provides a reservoir of capital that protects you from total ruin during unexpected crises. This retained capital serves as a down payment on your future time. By saving, you are accumulating the options needed to make decisions on your own terms. A perfect defense prevents bankruptcy, but it is mathematically impossible to save your way to absolute wealth. To stop renting out your time, you must pivot to offense. This means acquiring equity. True assets are automated systems. They generate financial value for you continuously, whether you are working or asleep. For most people, the primary offensive tools are investments in stocks and mutual funds. Working for a business means trading your labor for a fixed wage. Owning a fraction of a business means capturing the total growth and compounding value of that enterprise. Transitioning from a wage earner to an owner is the only proven method to build self-sustaining wealth. Offensive tools utilize the velocity of money. As your assets grow, they generate their own returns, creating a non-linear trajectory. This chart compares the flat trajectory of a linear wage against the sharply curving line of compound growth. Wealth stacks methodically, one small chip at a time. Each block represents the accumulated volume of capital building upon itself. Time serves as the ultimate multiplier, turning defensive savings into a massive offensive empire. Wealth functions as leverage. It provides the means to secure your absolute independence and total control over your schedule. You transition from renting your time for survival to becoming a self-sustaining owner of your life. Absolute freedom is achieved the moment your automated assets can fully pay for your existence. This is the step-by-step master plan to execute that transition. Step 1. Defend the gap with strict budgeting. Step 2. Eliminate silent killers like high-interest debt. Step 3. Build an emergency reserve moat. Step 4. Launch your offense by deploying capital into assets. Step 5. Let the chips stack, allowing passive compounding to run uninterrupted. This sequence is the unglamorous reality of how first-generation wealth is built. It requires only the discipline to execute the plan.